He's a millionaire. I'm dying. A mother's reckoning. I'm dying alone in hospice right now. My son? He's a millionaire, a devoted husband, a father of two beautiful kids I'll never, ever meet. And it's all because 6 years ago, when his brother stole his wife, I told him to simply move on. Can you believe that? I'm laying here, counting down my last months with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and the man I chose to abandon has built a magnificent life without me. The silence from him is deafening, a constant echo of the day I sided with the betrayer over the betrayed. Let me tell you how I utterly destroyed my relationship with my eldest son, how I traded him for the child who shattered his world, and how I'm now paying for it, one slow, agonizing morphine drip at a time. It all started 8 years ago. Daniel, my oldest, married Emily. They were college sweethearts, together for 8 beautiful years. Their wedding was small, by a lake, just how they liked it. She was brilliant in marketing. He was a steadfast engineer. They were that kind of boring, stable, happy couple that you just assume will last forever. Then there was Marcus, Daniel's younger brother, 2 years his junior. Marcus, he was charming, charismatic. The kind of guy who could talk his way into absolutely anything. Turns out, that included his brother's wife's bed. It happened at Daniel and Emily's housewarming party. Their first house. Emily had everything decorated perfectly, glowing with excitement. Daniel was out back, grilling burgers, beaming. Marcus showed up late, of course, with an expensive bottle of wine and that dazzling, effortless smile. I remember thinking, how lovely, they're all getting along so well. Over the next few months, Marcus was around more and more. Helping Emily with projects while Daniel was at work, Daniel told me once. I remember thinking, how sweet, Marcus is being so helpful, for just 4 months. That's how long it took before Emily dropped the bomb on Daniel. She sat him down one Tuesday morning and told him she'd fallen in love with Marcus. That she was leaving. That she couldn't fight what she felt anymore. Daniel called me sobbing. Not just crying, but sobbing. A sound I hadn't heard from him since he was a little boy. I dropped everything, flew to his house, held him as he broke down. I told him how sorry I was, how wrong this was, how awful. Then Marcus called. He was crying too, saying he never meant for it to happen, but that he was in love. That he needed his mom. I left Daniel's house. I drove straight to Marcus's apartment. I sat with my younger son while he poured out this grand, tragic love story about Emily, about their plans to move in together. He looked at me, tear-streaked, and asked if I thought Daniel would ever forgive him. And I said, yes. I still can't explain why I did it. Maybe because Marcus had always been the one who needed me more. The one who struggled, who failed, who always seemed a little broken. Maybe some broken part of me just wanted to see him finally happy. Or maybe I'm just a coward. Daniel didn't speak to me for an entire week after he found out I'd gone to Marcus. When he finally answered my calls, his voice, it was dead. Just utterly flat. You went to him, he said, the same day. You left me crying on my couch, and you went to him. I tried to explain. I stammered. I was just trying to hold the family together. I love you both. There's no family left to hold together, Mom, he said, his voice cracking. But I didn't believe him. Not really. What I didn't know then, what I refused to see, was that Daniel meant every single word. 6 months later, Marcus and Emily got married. A small, rushed ceremony, because Emily was already 3 months pregnant. I went. I told Daniel he didn't have to go, but I was going. Marcus is my son too, I pleaded. I can't choose between my children. Daniel's voice on the phone was so quiet, I almost didn't hear it. You already did choose, Mom, he whispered. You just don't want to admit it. I went anyway. I smiled in the photos. I hugged them both. I told myself I was being the bigger person. The day after the wedding, after the pictures circulated, Daniel sent me a single text. We're done. I didn't take him seriously. He was hurt, I thought. He'd come around. Weeks passed. Then months. No return calls, no answered texts. I showed up at his house once. He wouldn't open the door. Please leave, Mom, he said through the wood. Please just let me move on, like you told me to. And that's when I said it. Standing on his porch, desperate, terrified of losing him, I yelled, "Daniel, open this door right now." Emily made her choice. "Your brother needs you to be the bigger person here. You need to move on. This has gone on long enough." The door opened. He looked worse than I'd ever seen him. Thinner, exhausted. But it was his eyes. He looked at me with something I'd never seen in my son's eyes before. Contempt. Pure, chilling contempt. "Move on," he repeated, his voice dangerously low. Like it's a bad haircut? Like he didn't sleep with my wife in the house I bought for our future? Like she wasn't carrying his baby while we were still married? "Daniel, the language." I gasped. "Get out," he roared. "Get out and don't come back. You made your choice when you left me to comfort him. You made it again when you went to their wedding. You've made it every single day since. You're my son." I cried. "So is he." Daniel shot back. "Apparently, that's all that matters to you. That he's your son. Not what he did. Not what it caused me." His voice cracked, a raw, ragged sound. "Did you ever love me like that? Enough to protect me? Even once? Of course, I love you. Then you have a really messed up way of showing it," he said, and he stepped back. "I'm done, Mom. I'm done being the strong one, the understanding one, the one who's supposed to absorb everyone else's damage and smile about it. I'm done with all of you." The door closed. That was my last conversation with Daniel. 6 years ago. I thought he'd cool off. I sent birthday cards, Christmas cards, left hopeful voicemails. Nothing angry, just hopeful. They all went unanswered. If I'd known then what was coming, I would have broken down that door. I would have told Marcus to go to hell. I would have chosen the son who needed protecting over the son who needed enabling. But I didn't know. Marcus and Emily had their baby, a beautiful little girl. I became a grandmother. I held that little girl and my heart ached, thinking about Daniel, about the grandchildren I might have had from him. Marcus and Emily's marriage lasted exactly 3 years. Turns out, a relationship built on betrayal isn't exactly stable. Emily cheated on Marcus with a coworker. Marcus came crying to me again. And I comforted him again. The bitter irony wasn't lost on me, even then. Meanwhile, through mutual friends, I heard things about Daniel. He changed jobs, moved to a different state, was doing incredibly well. Then, 3 years ago, I saw on Facebook that he'd gotten engaged. Her name was Sarah. She was beautiful, a doctor. In the photos, Daniel looked happy. Genuinely happy. Peaceful, in a way I'd never, ever seen him. I wasn't invited to the wedding. Didn't even know it happened until I saw photos weeks later. I sent a card to the address I found online. "Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I love you, Mom." It came back marked return to sender. Last year, I saw a post from Daniel's college friend. A photo of Daniel holding a baby. "Congrats to the new dad," the caption read. I was a grandmother again, to a child I'd never meet. I tried one more time. I found his work email. I sent him a message. Told him I saw he had a baby. Asked if maybe we could talk, just once. He responded. The only communication in 5 years. "Mom," he wrote, "I've built a good life, a healthy life. A life where I'm not constantly reminded that I don't matter as much as the people who hurt me. Where I don't have to watch my mother hug the man who destroyed my marriage at family dinners and pretend it's fine. I have a wife who loves me, a daughter who will grow up knowing her father protects her always, no matter what. I have peace. Please don't take that from me. This is the last time I'll ask nicely. Stop contacting me." That was 8 months ago. 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Maybe a year, maybe less. I have a son who won't speak to me. A son who built a beautiful life without me. A granddaughter I'll never hold. A daughter-in-law I'll never know. And then there's Marcus, who loves me, yes, but he needs me more than he appreciates me. He still expects me to clean up his messes. I wrote Daniel a 12-page letter. Explaining everything. Apologizing. Begging. Telling him about the diagnosis. Asking him to please let me meet my granddaughter before I die. It sat on my kitchen table for 3 days. Then I sent it, overnight delivery, signature confirmation. Delivered. Signed for by S.H. Chin. Sarah, his wife. 3 weeks of silence. No call, no email, no text. Just silence. The same silence I've been living with for 6 years, except now it has weight. Now he knows his mother is dying. And he's choosing silence. I keep trying to find the moment where I could have fixed this. The fork in the road where I took the wrong path. But there wasn't one moment. There were thousands. Every time Marcus called and I answered. Every time Daniel needed me and I was at his brother's place instead. Every time I told myself I was being fair by treating them equally. Equal treatment of the guilty and the innocent isn't fairness. It's cowardice. Jessica, Daniel's college friend, came to visit last week. She brought flowers and that look people get when they're visiting someone who's dying. I asked her about Daniel. He's good, she said, really good. Started his own engineering consulting firm 5 years ago. It's doing incredibly well. Sarah's a pediatric oncologist. They have Lily and Sarah's pregnant again. A boy this time. A grandson. A grandson. I have a grandson coming that I'll never meet. They bought a house in Portland, Jessica continued. Big yard. He posts pictures of Lily on the swing set he built. He coaches her soccer team. She smiled, a soft, genuine smile. He looks peaceful. Like he finally let go of all the anger and just found himself. Does he ever ask about me? I whispered. Jessica's smile faded. No. I'm sorry. When your name comes up, he changes the subject. When people push, he says he doesn't have a relationship with his mother, and he'd appreciate it if people respected that boundary. Everyone knows why, Mrs. Chin. Everyone knows what Marcus did. Everyone knows I chose him. Everyone knows Daniel's the one who got out. Do people think I'm a bad person? I asked her, my voice barely there. Jessica was quiet for a long time. Most people think you made the wrong call, she finally said. You protected the person who didn't deserve it and abandoned the one who did. After she left, I looked at my phone. Marcus's name in my recent calls. 15 times in the last week. He needed money. His car broke down. I looked at Daniel's name, or where it would be if he hadn't blocked me. I called Marcus back, told him I'd send the money because that's who I am. That's who I've always been. Marcus visits regularly now. He cries, tells me he loves me, brings his daughter sometimes. She's 9, sweet. She asks questions like, why don't I have an Uncle Daniel? Marcus and I exchange looks and quickly change the subject. His love is real, but it's needy, desperate. It takes more than it gives. Every visit exhausts me. Not because of the cancer, but because I'm still managing his emotions, his needs, his constant crises. I tried to talk to him about Daniel once. Asked if he ever thought about reaching out. Apologizing. He got defensive immediately. That was years ago. I was young. We were in love. What were we supposed to do? And it's not like it worked out anyway. I paid for it too. Did you? I asked, my voice flat. What's that supposed to mean? You lost a wife you stole from your brother. Daniel lost his wife, his brother, his mother, and his entire family in one shot. You think those are equivalent? Marcus stared at me. You're my mother, too. Why are you attacking me? I'm here, aren't I? Where is he? That's when I understood. Marcus was here because being here cost him nothing. Because I'd never asked anything of him except that he let me love him. Daniel was gone because being here cost him everything. His self-respect, his peace, his healing. I had chosen the easy love over the hard one. Get out, I told Marcus. What? Get out. I'm tired. He left, confused and hurt. I haven't taken his calls in 3 days. My lawyer came yesterday to finalize my will. I'd always had everything split evenly between Marcus and Daniel. I changed it. Everything goes to Daniel. The house, life insurance, retirement accounts, all of it. With a note that says he can do whatever he wants with it, including refuse it. But that it's his because he was the son who deserved a mother's protection and never got it. Marcus gets nothing except a letter explaining why. The lawyer asked if I was sure, told me this would cause problems. The problems already exist. I'm just finally acknowledging them. Last night, I had a dream about Daniel. He was young, maybe 8. He'd fallen off his bike, scraped his knee badly, crying, reaching for me. But Marcus was crying too, somewhere behind me. I kept turning away from Daniel to check on Marcus. Daniel's crying got quieter and quieter until I couldn't hear it anymore. When I finally turned back around, he was gone. I woke up sobbing. I'm dying. The doctors are talking about hospice, about weeks, not months. My son, my good son, the one who deserved better, is out there living a beautiful life without me. A wife who loves him. A daughter who adores him. A son on the way. Successful business, friends, peace. He built all of that in spite of me. And Marcus is falling apart. Calling every day. Leaving voicemails about how I can't shut him out. How he's my son, too. How this isn't fair. Fair. I want to call Daniel one more time. I want to hear his voice. I want to tell him I finally understand. I want to tell him I'm proud of him for having the strength to walk away. But I won't. Because that's not about him. That's about me. Me wanting forgiveness. Me wanting to feel better. And maybe the only real apology I can give him is to leave him alone. Jessica texted this morning, asked if there was anything she could do. I asked her not to tell Daniel when I die. Let him find out naturally if he finds out at all. Don't make him feel guilty for not being here. She said, for what it's worth, Mrs. Chin, I think you're doing the right thing. Finally. I have a photo of Daniel from his wedding that I printed off Facebook. He's laughing, head thrown back. Sarah's hand in his. He looks free. I keep it next to my bed. I look at it and think about all the moments I could have chosen him. Could have stood up and said, no, what you did was wrong and I won't enable it. Could have skipped that wedding. Could have told Marcus he needed to face consequences instead of hiding behind my unconditional love. Could have been the mother Daniel deserved. But I wasn't. Now I'm here, dying alone, except for the son whose damage I enabled, and the hospice nurses who check on me twice a day. Marcus will probably cry at my funeral. He'll probably make it about him somehow. Daniel probably won't come. Might not even know what happened. Might see my obituary months later and feel nothing or relief, or a complicated grief that I hope he has a good therapist to work through. The inheritance will probably shock him. Might make him angry. Might make him feel guilty. I've left a letter trying to explain. This isn't me buying forgiveness. It's me trying to finally give him something a mother should have given all along. Protection. Priority. The message that he mattered most, that he counted. I don't expect it to change anything. I just hope it tells him what I should have shown him 6 years ago. That I was wrong. That he was right. That he deserved better. That some things can't be fixed by moving on. I sat in that hospice bed last night, morphine making everything fuzzy, and I finally understood what Daniel had been trying to tell me for 6 years. You can't ask someone to move on from betrayal while you're still embracing the betrayer. The will reading happened 3 weeks after I stopped answering Marcus's calls. He showed up at hospice, angry, demanding to know why I was shutting him out. I was too tired to lie anymore. Because you destroyed your brother's life, I told him, and I helped you do it, and I'm done pretending that's okay. He stared at me. You're dying and you're using your last days to punish me? No, I said, my voice barely a whisper. I'm using my last days to finally tell the truth. He left. He came back 2 days later. Calmer, apologetic. Said he'd been thinking that maybe he should reach out to Daniel, try to make amends. I asked him, why now? After 6 years. Because you're dying, he said, because life's short. Because he's my brother. Because you're scared I cut you out of the will. His face told me everything. Get out, I said. And don't come back. Mom, I mean it. Marcus. You've taken enough from me. From Daniel. From everyone. I have weeks left and I won't spend them watching you pretend to care about anyone but yourself. That was the last time I saw my younger son. 2 weeks later, the hospice social worker told me I had a visitor. For one insane moment, I thought it was Daniel. It was Jessica, his college friend. She sat by my bed, held my hand. I told Daniel, she said quietly. About the cancer. About hospice. I know you said not to, but I thought he should know. My heart stopped. What did he say? He said, thank you for telling him, and that he hoped you weren't in pain. That was it. No, I'll come see her. No, tell her I forgive her. Just clinical concern for my physical comfort. Like I was a stranger. Jessica, I whispered, does he hate me? She was quiet for a long time. No, I don't think he hates you. I think he's completely indifferent. And honestly, Mrs. Chin, she paused, that's so much worse. She was right. Hate would mean I still mattered. Indifference meant I was already dead to him. 1 month after my diagnosis, I got worse. Couldn't keep food down. Could barely stay awake. The pain was constant, even with medication. Marcus tried to visit once more. The nurses turned him away at my request. He left voicemails, angry ones, saying I was being cruel, that he was my son, that he deserved to say goodbye. I deleted them all. 6 weeks after diagnosis, my lawyer came with papers. Everything finalized. House, savings, life insurance, all of it to Daniel. Marcus would get a letter. That's it. Are you sure? The lawyer asked one last time. I nodded. The letter to Marcus was 3 pages. I'll spare you most of it. But it ended like this. You asked me once if I thought Daniel would forgive you. I said yes because I wanted it to be true. Because I wanted our family whole. But the truth is, you didn't deserve forgiveness. You deserved consequences. And I failed Daniel by protecting you from them. This is the only consequence I can still give you. You get nothing because you took everything from your brother, from me, from yourself. I hope someday you understand what you lost. Not the money, but the people who would have loved you if you'd ever learned to love them back. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just tired. And I'm finally choosing right. Goodbye, Marcus. 2 months after diagnosis, I could barely speak. The nurses said it wouldn't be long now. I asked them to make sure Daniel got a separate letter. Not the will, not the legal stuff, a real letter. I dictated it over 3 days, a few sentences at a time. Dear Daniel, it began. By the time you read this, I'll be gone. I'm not writing to ask for forgiveness. I'm writing to tell you that you were right about everything. I chose wrong every single time. Every single day for 6 years, I told you to move on because I didn't want to face what Marcus did, what I enabled, what I destroyed. You built a beautiful life without me. You found peace. You protected yourself. I'm so proud of you for that. I'm leaving you everything because it's the only way I know how to say what I should have said 6 years ago. You mattered. You deserved protection. You deserved a mother who chose you. I'm sorry I wasn't her. You don't owe me anything. Not forgiveness, not grief, not even a thought. But if you ever wonder if I loved you, the answer is yes. I just didn't know how to show it when it mattered. Tell Lily her grandmother wished she could have known her. Tell your son I'm sorry I'll never meet him. And tell yourself every single day that you made the right choice. Some doors don't reopen. You were right to close this one. Love, Mom. I died 3 days later. I don't know what happened at the funeral because I wasn't there to see it. But Jessica told me before I went what she thought would happen. Marcus would show up. He'd cry. He'd make it about him. Daniel wouldn't come. The will would be read. Marcus would lose his mind. Daniel would probably donate everything to charity or set up college funds for his kids. He wouldn't need it. He built his own fortune. And he wouldn't want anything from me, not even in death. She was probably right. I was 68 years old. It had been 6 years since I told my son to move on. I can't tell you the rest because, well, I'm dead. But I can tell you this. I spent my last months in a hospice room, alone, except for nurses and one loyal friend. My younger son only came around when he thought there was something in it for him. My older son built a life so beautiful he had to protect it from me. I have 2 grandchildren I never met. A daughter-in-law I never knew. I have a son who became a millionaire, a father, a husband, and he did it all without me. Because I made my choice. And he made his. The difference is his choice saved him. Mine destroyed me. If you're watching this and you've chosen wrong, you still have time. If someone you love has been hurt and you're trying to stay neutral, you're not neutral. You're complicit. If you think time heals all wounds, you're wrong. Time just gives wounds space to scar over. Some scars are thick enough that you can't reach through them anymore. I learned that too late. Don't be me. Some betrayals don't get deathbed confessions. Some sons don't come home. I've shared my deepest, most painful regret. My question for you is, have you ever been in a situation where you had to choose between 2 people you loved and, looking back, you know you made the wrong call? Or perhaps you're the one who was abandoned? Tell me what you think, down in the comments. I really want to know.